Hey guys, in this video we will only concentrate on the character's head, and from this I will turn the head into this. Proportions are very important for a character design, and by only concentrating and improving on proportions we will bring the appeal to this character. Remember, as you go along, you have to rotate your model from all around and fix proportions accordingly. Also, if you haven't already, watch the first part of this course first. At the very first, I will first Z-remesh this part of the head because I have used Remesh and Blockout as much as I can, but I want the forms to be smooth, and within Dynamesh, smoothing out is not as good as a proper topology because you could see in Dynamesh topology and there is no proper polygons. So I will just hit 1 on the Z remesher and go to geometry, and what I usually like to do is I Z-remesh from this palette rather than this palette. Okay, the reason is if I hold and click Z-remesh, it will use another algorithm and Z-remesh the mesh accordingly, while if I press hold and click on here, it just bugs out and remove the tool brush. I don't know why it is happened and they should fix it, but by holding the alt button on your keyboard, it uses a different algorithm. And now I will just use move brush and smooth brush and smooth out the forms. My main focus at this stage is to fix the mistakes on my sculpt. Proportions are the biggest thing people get wrong, and in my situation my character proportions are out too. Also, Z-remesh your mesh at earlier stage. The good quad topology is good for smooth brush but not recommended if you want to stretch your mesh more than you have to. I Z-remesh my meshes when I have the initial blockout ready. Creating concave and convex shapes are also not recommended on a Z-remesh topology. You would just need additional subdivision levels if you need to make those. So before remeshing it, use move brush and stretch the mesh as much as you want to. Create holes either the convex or concave like the eye socket and nostrils. Then if you can see there aren't big changes you want to do, Z-remesh it. I'm adding the eyes now after deciding that I won't be moving the eye socket too much. I always keep eyeballs on a separate subtool. Still, if I want to have big changes, I will use the Transpose Master plugin, but at the moment I don't feel like changing that part too much. Fixing the nose as well using the move brush. One thing which helped me focus more and help improve my concentration is quickly while looking at your concept, switch the eyes to your sculpt and then just quickly switch between those two subjects. It helps the eyes to detect mistakes quickly. This type of little mind tricks help me improve my focus. I can't stress this enough, use references as much as you can. It is very important that you are prepared at first. Don't just use your imagination and go on experimenting stuff. If you want to, only experiment during a blockout stage. Remember part 1 where I was using the low poly spheres only? While continuing your sculpt, always fix proportions along the way. Slow is fast is one of the philosophy I follow. Give some time to your brain to process, then proceed accordingly. It will save you more time rather than fixing those problems in the end. I learned this very late, and I have beginner artists take this advice of mine and take this whole process slowly. Just observe and try to make the shapes into your mind. Try to decide first what you want to do. Like say to yourself, I will use this brush to move this object, or I will use that tool to make that stuff. This type of little decisions first before continuing will help you make the mistakes less. And don't be worried if you are making mistakes, we all learn from it. At the moment I am only concentrating on this part of the head. In the later videos we will jump into sculpting the other parts also. What I wanted to explain in this video is that how quickly our model started to look like the original concept after fixing some proportions. And so comes the end of this video. So guys, proportions are the key. Train your eyes to detect proportions, take some time to process before moving that hand of yours. After some tweaking, our character here is starting to look like an appealing character. I have talked about the appeal in detail on my introduction to creating appealing characters in 3D video. If you haven't checked that video out. This looks good now. I will just leave this sculpting here. Today's topic was proportions. Always maintain a good silhouette and proportions. They are the key to creating interesting characters. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If yes, please subscribe and share this channel as much as you can. If you have a request or have a suggestion, just drop in the comments. I will see you on the next video. Peace.